Hi there and welcome to Chase End Hill on the bottom end of the Malvern Hills, the southern end. Malvern Hills are approximately 9 miles long and we'll be walking to the other end, which is End Hill. Fantastic views here across Gloucestershire out towards the Black Mountains and south to May Hill and the Forest of Dean. Then out to the east we get the Severn Vale and also the Cotswold Hills. So as I say, we're at Chase End Hill and we'll be heading out towards that little house and then up to Ragged Stone Hill. Right, so let's get going. Just coming into Whiteleaved Oak, small hamlet, and this is where Gloucestershire, Herefordshire and Worcestershire all meet. Just over there behind the post box, I believe. A little bit of history on this hamlet. It is believed that there was an oak tree around here that looked like the leaves were white. We've got some stocks here. Yes, an oak tree that had white leaves. I think the oak tree is long gone. Right, carry on up here and head up to Ragged Stone Hill, which is quite a pull. Just going through the woods now, and I believe that the path goes up that way, so you're looking for these two trees here and the small path that goes up this way. As you can see, Ragged Stone Hill has two peaks. Just walking out to the second peak on Ragged Stone Hill, and we get our first view of the Malverns off into the distance. We're just going to head on to the top here. Spectacular view. That's where we came from. So Ragged Stone Hill, legend tells how a monk from Little Malvern Priory, which is down that way, we'll see that later, crawled daily on his hands and knees for 4 kilometres from the Priory gate to the summit of the hill by way of a penance for breaking his vow of chastity by falling in love with a local woman. Right, we'll be heading up to Midsummer Hill over there. It's a parking area and we go straight up there. So there's the ramparts and ditches of Midsummer Hill, just about to hit the top now. They reckon it was built around 390 BC, and they've got evidence of a settlement until AD 48. They reckon there was about 1,500 people that lived up here, but there was settlement was destroyed by a fire, I think. Don't know if this is a little shelter. So I made it to Midsummer Hill. It's good. We'll have to head off north that way. Nice walk along the track here through Gullet Wood on the way to Swineyard Hill, which will be our next hill. It's quite nice to get out of the sun. Just come out the woods now. And Swineyard Hill is up there, I think. I'm on the top of Swineyard Hill now. It takes its name from when Edward I in the late 13th century gave the inhabitants of Ledbury permission to use his royal land to graze their pigs, and the rite is called pannage. Wow, fantastic view. There we go. We'll be going up there. And you can see in front there's a ditch and bank. It's called the Shire Ditch or the Red Earl's Dyke, and it runs from Midsummer Hill almost up to the top of the Malverns. And it was created in 1287. To the right is Worcestershire and to the left is Herefordshire. At Hangman's Hill, in medieval times, it was said that criminals who had offended against the law of hunting in the forest were punished. There's supposed to be a cave down here. Oh yeah, you can see it. Yeah. Well hollowed out. So this is the Giant's Cave, and it's hewn from dark basalt rock. The cave has an unknown origin. It might have been used by shepherds as a refuge. Yeah. It's cool. So these would be the outer ramparts of British camp that spread over 3 hills really. The first one we're going to go to is Millennium Hill. Obviously it's quite popular, and that's why the conservators have put in a good path. Here we have it, Millennium Hill, and British camp over there. You can see all the ramparts. And then we drop down into the woods, up the other side, and across. What a wonderful view. There's Breeden Hill. It's very flat from this side. Cotswolds, the escarpment, and where we come along, Forester Dean, May Hill. And the festival down in Eastnor Castle Park, and out to the Black Mountains and Herefordshire. I guess up there is Beacon and the Shropshire Hills. Just coming down the hill, and I've spotted over there Little Malvern Priory, or the remains of, where the monk started his crawling to Ragged Stone Hill. So Herefordshire Beacon, British camp, is up there. Going to get quite busy the other side, so I thought I'd just stop here, take in the view, something to eat before pressing on. Oh, it's lovely. What a beautiful day. Right, let's get some dinner. So on top of Herefordshire Beacon there is an Iron Age fort known as British Camp. The first earthworks were around the base of the central hill, otherwise known as the Citadel. The ditch and counter scrape bank around the entire site covers 3 hills, although those to the north and the south are little more than spurs. With a perimeter of around 6,800 feet, the defences enclose an area of around 44 acres, and there is evidence of 120 huts having been built within the boundaries of the fort. Go along the road for a little while and then back onto the hill. Just need to cross the road and go up that path. This is Wynds Point, or thereabouts, and there's Little Malvern Priory, or the remains of the house. Don't realise how high you are up until you see the car going along the road, how small it is. So we're heading out towards Black Hill now. Certainly lots of car parks. You could quite easily do this walk in sections if you couldn't do the whole length all in one go. Getting close to the top of Black Hill, you can see on the right there the boundary ditch is still going. We joined it back at Midsummer Hill Fort, and it's still going. Quite a feat really. And this looks like the top of Black Hill. Yep. And as it goes down, must be the top. Just coming to the top of Pinnacle Hill, and the saucer-shaped depressions date back to 1000 BC, Bronze Age, and we're heading up there to Jubilee Hill. This is the top, Jubilee Hill, which was renamed in 2002 to commemorate the Golden Jubilee of Queen Elizabeth II. And there's a plaque down here. It was renamed by the conservators of the Malvern Hills. I'm thinking that really big one at the back is Worcestershire Beacon, which is the last big one. This is the flat top of Perseverance Hill with Worcestershire Beacon in the background, and Malvern down there. You see the railway down there actually goes underneath the Malverns using the coal well tunnels, some 500 feet below us. The first tunnel was opened in 1861 and the second was opened in 1926, and the trains still use it from Hereford to Birmingham. Decisions. 150 metres to the cafe or 150 metres to the pub. What shall I do? Oh no, let's go for the pub. It's supposed to be good views from there. Nice pint in the pub and the view across the valley's fantastic. We need to retrace our steps back up through the cut-in. This circular indicator stone is known as the gold mine. In the reign of Queen Elizabeth I, 1558 to 1603, the first charter was granted for mining on this site. Then they had further attempts of gold mining in the area between 1711 and 1712, but nothing substantial was found. As to the precise location of the gold mine, nobody really knows where it is. Midsummer Hill, and the last big hill, Worcestershire Beacon. A stunning view of Malvern, Great Malvern, not sure where it changes, and out that way would be Vale of Evesham. No, Vale of Evesham's over that way, and then out towards Birmingham. There we go, there's a trig point, top of the Worcestershire Beacon. That's the remaining hills we've got to do. We'll go up here first, have a look around. Oh, let's just look at the view. It's pretty spectacular. So we came from British Camp, the other side, Chase End Hill, up to the west, Black Mountains, Hay Bluff, Herefordshire. I guess that's Wrekin and Shropshire Hills up that way, and we'll be going down there and up onto that hill and then down onto the little one, and then that'll be it. Then we'll head down into Malvern. They used this vantage point during the war as a fire observation place for Birmingham and Coventry. They're out that way. That's the highest peak done. Just going to head down there to Sugarloaf Hill and then across to North Hill, Table Hill, and you can't see behind Table Hill there is End Hill. From Sugarloaf Hill, the next major one is North Hill. Don't think there's an easy route to the top of North Hill. I might just go straight up. Go straight up there. Up there. Good training for something. There we have it. North Hill, the top. Wow, what a view. Worcestershire Beacon, Sugarloaf Hill, Table Hill, where we're going to go to, and End Hill down there. It's quite a pull up there. From this angle you get a great idea of where the boundary ditch goes up. It's that dark area going up there. It goes around to the right and up and to the top. Because it's so flat, Table Hill, not really sure where the top is, but I'm guessing it's around here. And we just need to head towards End Hill, which is the last one. And then we'll be heading down into Malvern Link. There it is, End Hill. Oh, End Hill. What a great day's walk. That was beautiful, wonderful, absolutely wonderful. I really enjoyed that. Pretty hard to start with those steep up and downs, but once you got on the ridge it was okay. I think it was probably easier to do it the other way around. And as I said before, there's loads of car parks, you could do it in sections. Certainly the people that I saw in the pub, they were doing it in sections. Well, I hope you've enjoyed coming along with me on this Malvern Hills end-to-end walk. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.